This is my final project I made for this BrainStation software engineering bootcamp. You could go to it by going to this link here. I will put the link to it and the link to the GitHub in the description. So here's what it looks like. It's called Kakuro. I'll teach you how to play it. So you're given this grid and you're given these target numbers. You have to fill in these white blocks and you have to find numbers that equal the target number. So you can use numbers from 1 to 9, and you can't use the same numbers twice in the same column or row. So for example, if you want to get 4, you could do 1 plus 3, or you could do 2 plus 2. But 2 plus 2 won't work because you can't have the same number in the same column. So we do 1 plus 3. So we put 3 here and we put 1 here. But 3 won't work here because 3 plus something would have to equal 3. So there's no zeros, so the 3 will not work here. So this would have to be 1, and this would have to be 3, and 1 plus 2 equals 3, and 3 plus 8 equals 11. And you can also see 2 plus 8 equals 10. So after you solved it, it will turn green like this. I'll show you a more complex Kakuro puzzle. So here is a more complex one. The website also shows you if you made a mistake. So for example, if we put a 1, 2, 3 here, the numbers will turn pink like this because these 3 numbers do not equal the target number, which is 22. So we remove that. Also, if you put the same number in the same column or row, it will show you by turning them both red. So you can't do this. So I'll try solving this more complex Kakuro puzzle. You also notice here that there are blue numbers. These are unique target numbers, which means they can only have one unique combination. That means that the only numbers that can go here are 6, 8, and 9, but in any order. And then the only numbers that could go here are 1, 2, 4, but in any order. So since we see that 6, 8, and 9 have to go here, this can't be an 8, this can't be a 9, so this would have to be a 6, because 8 plus 0 would have to equal 8, and there's no zeros, so this would have to be 6, and 6 plus 2 equals 8. So that means either this block or this block would have to have an 8 or a 9, and this one would have to have a 1 and a 4. So for example, if you put a 1 here, then the largest number that this column can be is 9, 8, 7. So the largest number this column can be is 25, and 25 does not equal 27, so a 1 cannot go here. So a 4 would have to go here, and a 1 would have to go here. So now let's try making a 7. To make a 7, we could use a 6 plus 1, or a 5 plus 2, or a 4 plus 3. So let's try putting a 4 here. And the largest number that this row can be is 9 and 8. So the largest number this could be is 21, which is less than 22. So then this cannot be anything 4 or below. So this could either be a 5 or a 6. So let's say this is a 5. If this is a 5, then these two numbers would have to be a 9 and an 8. If these two numbers are 9 and 8, then that means this number would have to be a 9. So then this would have to be a 2. And if this is a 2, then a 2 can't go here because a 2 would have to go here because 5 plus 2 is 7. But you can't have two 2's in the same row. So these two 2's cannot go here. So then that means this cannot be a 5. So this would have to be a 6, and that means this would have to be a 1. And if this is 6, then that means this would have to be a 9, or this would have to be a 9, and the other one would have to be a 7. So if this was a 9, then this would have to be an 8, because we know 9 and 8, so this would have to be an 8, and that's 10, 18. This would have to be a 2, and this would have to be a 7, and this would have to be a 7. So these two numbers are duplicates, so you can't have that. So this cannot be a 7. This can't be a 7. This can't be a 9. This one would have to be a 9. Then this one would have to be a 7. And if the 9 is here, then this one would have to be an 8, and this one would have to be a 9. And now you just add them up. That's 10, 7. This would have to be a 3, and that's 4, 6. So after you solved it correctly, the grid will turn green like this, showing it's the correct solution. I also added a feature to make your own grid. So a user could make their own grid, and they could make any of these grid sizes. So let's try making a size 7 grid. So you could use the arrow keys. So I selected a black block, and we can enter the target number here. And I'm just entering random numbers. And you could use the white square to enter the numbers here, the number solutions. I'm just entering a random numbers. This is not a correct Kakuro solution. We will make a quick grid name, and we submit it. And to see our submitted grids, we go to home, and we can see our submitted grid, and we could click on it, and we see the target numbers, and we can start playing. And you can share this link with anyone, so if you want to share it with someone for them to try out the grid you created, you could do that too. And so here's the solution we made. I also added a cool feature where you could play online, like with someone, so you could both play on the same grid at the same time, like a random name. So let's enter like Max. If I want to send it to someone named Max, we enter that, and we could copy this link, and we could paste it here. So just pretend this browser is someone else's computer, and this browser is my computer. So we'll say these are two different computers. If my friend enters something in here, you'll see it shows up on my computer. So we could both edit the grid at the same time. See, I'm just entering numbers like this. I know this is just two browsers, but this would work if I was using this browser on a different computer. Anything else? I think that's almost everything. I also made like the website responsive. So like if you made this larger, you see the user grids will show up on here. Yeah, I think that's basically everything. Yeah, so if you want to try it out, make sure to go to this link, kakuro.pages.dev. Let me know what you think.